What's up, guys? Back with another Honkai Star Rail video. In this video, we're going to talk about Luocha. Luocha is having a rerun with Acheron, and man, man, poor Luocha, man. Oh my lord! Imagine having Acheron, one of the most hypest characters, be the person you share your rerun with. Also, Luocha, unfortunately, is facing something known as power creep. Now, I'm not saying Luocha is a bad healer, but more and more people are opting for DPS support, debuffer support, or just like a dual DPS or whatever it may be. Pretty much, people are not using sustains like Fushuan or Ho-Ho because they want to like zero cycle, or they just can get away with just being a full-on damage team and not worry about healing. So, where does Luocha fare, and will you summon for him, or should you summon for him? We're going to go over that after we go over his kit so we get a better idea on is he good or not. So, Luocha was the first 5-star healer that was a limited character. The only characters at the time that could heal you were Natasha and Bailu. And Bailu, really, really good, underrated healer, did not have a cleanse. So if someone got frozen, you were screwed. And Natasha was cool and all, but her healing was nothing close to Bailu's. And even though she could cleanse, she, left a little bit to be desired. So when Luocha dropped, man, people summoned like crazy. Unfortunately, I lost my 50-50, so I just cried in the corner and watched everyone off have Luocha. But anyway, let's get into his kit. So basic attack is just 100% attack, imaginary damage. You get the gist, right? His skills, after using his skill, Luocha immediately restores the target ally's HP equal to 60% of his attack plus 800. Meanwhile, Luocha gains 1 stack of Abyss Flower. When an ally's HP percentage drop below 50%, an effect equivalent to Luocha's skill will immediately be triggered and applied to this ally for 1 time without consuming skill points. This effect can be triggered again after 2 turns. Very nice. So if you get hit with an attack that's a little bit too much and you aren't able to heal next turn, because let's say a couple enemies attack before the Luocha can heal you, you're fine because it's an auto heal. It's a 2-turn cooldown, but still a pretty nice auto heal. Then his ultimate, Death Wish, removes 1 buff, which is actually really helpful for certain enemies, including the Luofu one that summons allies and then he heals when hits you. This removes it. So it removes 1 buff from all enemies and deals all enemies, imaginary damage equal to 200% of his attack. At the same time, Luocha gains 1 stack of Abyss Flower. His talent is when Abyss Flower reaches 2 stacks, Luocha consumes all stacks of Abyss Flower to deploy field against the enemy. When an enemy in the field is attacked by an ally, the attacking ally's HP is immediately restored by an amount equal to 18 of his attack plus 240. Field effect lasts for 2 turns. When Luocha is knocked down, the field will be dispelled. Pretty much what this means is if you use, kind of like if you use Jinglu, 2 skills, 2 ultimates, a skill, and ultimate, right? Whatever it may be, you get the talent. The talent is extremely good. Now, his technique just makes it to where the talent is out right when you start the match. Then his traces are chance to resist crowd control debuffs increases by 70%. When the skill effect is triggered, removes 1 debuff from the target ally, and when an enemy in the field is attacked by an ally, imagine, all allies except the attacker restore HP equal to 7% of Luocha's attack plus 93. This pretty much means that when you attack with anybody, you almost get the full healed. I've seen so many things, and I've used so many Luochas from trials, that if you just hit the enemy, you're going to get a fat chunk of healing, and Luocha's pretty damn broken when it comes to just outright healing. I think Luocha's probably still the best in the game if you just want someone to heal you. However, that's not all there is to it anymore. Luocha, bonus traces, 28% attack, 18% HP, and 12.5 defense. As you notice, though, Luocha only heals and cleanses. Now, he gives himself a CC control, which is nice, but all he is doing is healing you. So that goes back to my earlier statement of a lot of people are ditching sustain units to go full DPS. Now, there are fights where you do need a sustain unit, but why would you use Luocha when you can use Ho-Ho, who gives you attack and energy, or Fushuan, who gives you crit rate? Now, Luocha on his first dupe does give attack. When the field is active, increases all attack with 20%, right? On the second dupe, when his skill is triggered, if an ally's HP is lower than 50%, Luocha's outgoing healing increases by 30%. If the target ally's HP is at 50% or higher, the ally receives a shield that can absorb damage equal to 18% of Luocha's attack plus 240, lasts for 2 turns. E4, when Luocha's shield is active, enemies become weakened and deal 12% less damage. And then E6 is when an ultimate is used, there's a 100% fixed chance to reduce all enemies and all type resistance by 20% for 2 turns. Now, with all this combined, Luocha is not too bad and won't really age at all. However, that's the thing. You need to get dupes. The best dupes are going to be 1, 4, and 6. 1 and 6 pretty much make it to where Luocha can be sort of a supporting character, but you need dupes, and it's going to be a lot to ask for people to summon on Luocha over Acheron, especially considering the fact that Luocha isn't doing anything super crazy besides healing, which leads to another point. I think Luocha, unfortunately, not right now, right? Obviously, Luocha is still very good, very strong healer. Luocha will eventually fall off. Now, when I say eventually, people are like, oh, well, it's not anytime soon. Yes, fair, right? However, if you don't summon for Luocha now, you would then bring up this conversation when Luocha has a rerun, right? And Luocha probably won't have a rerun for quite a bit, right? You see what I mean? If we get another healer that heals like crazy, because Ho heals really well, right? However, Ho only heals on her skill, and then she has her whole like gimmick to where like when you ult, you get healed, yada yada, but all that stuff, right? For an outright healer, she can't heal on command with her ult. Neither can Luocha, to be fair, but at least he has like his field, I guess, going on, right? Ho is already in comparison with Luocha, and Ho is just better, I'll be honest with you. And the fact that a healer role also has to clash with a sustained shielder, right? Because they're both the sustained units. He has to fight against Fu Xuan, which is already an L because Fu Xuan is the best sustained unit. Then we have Venturin, which is looking to be absolutely cracked. We don't have his full kit, but they give us little snippets. Looks like an extremely good shielder. That's another character Luocha has to fight for, you know, a sustained unit. Now, going forward, we get another healer, we get another shielder, maybe we get 2 healers, 2 more shielders, whatever it may be before Luocha comes back. The value for summoning on him is going to be all-time low, because why would you summon? Obviously, if you like Luocha, summon for him. I'll always say if you like the character, summon for him. Don't listen to, are they meta, are they good, whatever, just summon for him. You like the character, right? But what is the point of summoning for Luocha and trying to get dupes for him to make him still like relevant comparing to other healers when you could just use that currency to get the new best healer? If we get a healer just like the Luocha that actually boosts like, you know, crit rate, crit damage, you know, speed, whatever, why would you ever summon on the Luocha? And that is why I can't recommend summoning on the Luocha. I'm sorry. At this point, just if you need a sustain unit, wait for Fu Xuan. She should be rerunning rather soon because we have Jinglu in part 2, meaning we should get, you know, Topaz, Fu Xuan next, if I had to make an educated guess. I'm not saying Luocha is bad. I'm not saying Luocha is bad, but you might as well go for the better sustain units. You know, Ho might rerun in the near future as well. We could get a new healer in the near future as well after like Robin and Boot Hill. Plus, Venturin looks pretty cracked. You could also just summon for him, right? Like, it just sucks. Hopefully, Luocha is one of the characters that gets added to the standard banner at some point, because I wouldn't mind pulling Luocha. Luocha's still good. I'd rather lose Luocha over Bailu, right? But to go a whole pity to get Luocha is honestly not it, in my opinion. And his light cone is not anything too crazy. It boosts attack for more enemies you hit when you attack. You get energy, and then I think when you ult, you get speed for 1 turn, which is cool, but it's like whatever. Most people, from what I hear, just used a different light cone, like Bailu's, or yeah, I think it's Bailu's outgoing healing. Whatever one has outgoing healing. I can't remember if it's like an Natasha one or not. It's been a minute since I actually looked at Abundance light cones, but I don't recommend summoning. Like I said, if you are a big fan of Luocha, obviously summon for him regardless, but there's just there's two better sustains. There's a better sustain about to drop after Acheron, which is right after Luocha. Plus, we're about to have reruns of Fushuan. It's just there's too much competition already for Luocha. If you already have Luocha, though, and you're looking to go for E1 and you really like the character, I can recommend it. Attack up for all allies is really nice. The field is super easy to get up, so it'll be really good for dot team, right? If you don't have full ho, or you just, don't like the fact that you have to ult with full ho. This will probably always be up, so that you'll just have a just about permanent 20% attack up. If you don't have the field up, you can get it up super easily. You can hold on to ult for it, whatever it may be, super easy to get up. And if you are looking to go for E4 Luocha, I'm going to be honest with you, probably don't need this video. You're probably already summoning for him regardless because you got him E3 already. Like, most people would finish the job at that point. But other than that, that'd be it for the video. Let me know what you think in the comments about Luocha. Do you think he's an easy skip? Are you going for him regardless? Do you want him so you want a better healer? Let me know. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe for more Honkai style content. Best of luck on your summons, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.